Welcome to Hidden in Plain Sight. I am your host, aka Divine Pisces 444. Recent name change to Kingdom Focus. Before we get into today's video that I recorded early this morning, probably about 4 o'clock. At first I was just going to upload, you guys, I'm all smiles this morning. I was just going to upload the video. I said, hold up, because I know this video may grab a lot of attention, okay? And I said I would give you guys an update. And that's what this introduction is. It's an update. I think it's very important that I speak on what happened to me, what's happening to me. You're gonna see in the video what I'm talking about here in a minute, and I'm letting you know I'm really thinking about combining the two, because so the first video is a little over an hour. That first 25 minutes we was just getting warmed up. They arrived in the storm. I can't stress that. We were just getting warmed up. Little did I know that they would all come out. What I experienced this morning, y'all, I ain't never experienced nothing like that before. Not to that degree. Not to that degree. It was, but forget what I experienced while recording. What I experienced after I got off. I can't even put into words. It's I don't feel overstimulated, and I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel like grounding. I need a ground today. I am actually grounding as we speak. Like, I got caught up in the rapture. I'm thinking of words to express this. I literally did. I got caught up in the rapture, the celestial rapture. It's not even, I feel like it's still here. It ain't left yet. They're still here. They talk with me all night. And it was when I went to sleep, the sounds continued. Oh God, so many different noises. Digital, chirping, hums, bubbles. It sound like something underwater blowing bubbles. I did hear a couple voices, like, yeah, I could say they were a voice. It would say like a word, like, I don't know, and they were following me. It started in my room, and then I went to the restroom, and I was so sleepy. I was so fatigued because I stayed up past my bedtime, I didn't go to bed till 6 this morning. I intentionally stayed up till the sun came up because I was like, I ain't getting no. I ain't going to sleep. Not with all of that out there. No. It was way too many of them. And there was new ones that I have never seen before. And so it wasn't fear. It was cautious. I was being cautious. I and guarded. That sun don't stop them. That light didn't do anything. These are conscious beings, so they don't, it's not about the time of day. I went to the kitchen. Thankfully my son was still up because I was like, oh my God, I was making so much noise. That way, hey, I'm up, I'm moving. If you hear me scream, you better come running. I'm still because I'm aware of the forces that are here. I've always been able to see. I've always been able to feel subtle energy since I can recall. I'm going through my spiritual awakening, so I am processing and filtering out what does not belong, what is not the truth. And that process alone can be very draining. It can affect you greatly. That's why it's so important to anchor and ground yourself, regardless or not of us remembering our soul remembrance, we're here in this world, this reality, this dimension. And I don't feel like this is happening so we can escape. No, it is your sole purpose. It's for you to, it's soul retrieval, soul revival. And like Jesus said, so we can live an abundant life and a prosperous life and to be that light for others, period. This is not, this should not be taken as a form of escape, like, oh, Scotty beam me up, or I'm ready to be taken to a different, for those who are out there entertaining that, I pray for you. I pray for your healing. I pray for your peace. They never told me that. I've never, and I really have visitations compared to these people out here pushing these false stories, and they could, and I'm not saying that they're not being visited. They could be being visited by these lower vibrational ones, the ones that have been here, the ones that enslaved us, the ones that took over the earth. That those are the ones they could be channeling. But all of the beings that I have experienced, from the galactic to my ancestors and these other beautiful civilizations that do exist, they have never, given me that, sold me that illusion. They actually always talked about this planet being made new, that this earth would ascend, this earth would be set new, would be freed, would become that loving planet again that it once was. That's it. They never go past that. So this is, like I said, this is not supposed to be a form of, escaping your reality. It is basically the filters being removed, the veil being lifted, remembering who you are to access your divine power to, because this is all about energy and frequency here, y'all. And that alone, when we're constantly praying, please heal my body, heal my body. And y'all, I've been walking through this for almost 6 years now. And I just, like, they told me from day one, it's your soul that needs healing. It is your soul that needs healing. And they told me from day one, and I'm just now integrating that. I'm just now, I think it was acceptance, just the brainwashing part, that I still had to pray for healing, that I needed something to come down and touch me. And not saying that angels can't do that, because I've had it happen. I have been, I've had the divine intervention. However, what I'm integrating right now, calibrating all of it. But what I understand right now is that when you begin to operate on a higher frequency, okay, and the longer you stay there, because you want to anchor in it, you want to stay, you want to camp out, all that bipolar up and down, because you're letting outside sources in, you're paying attention to people's comments, your opinions, and this is your walk, your journey. That's why the ego, the shedding of the ego, the shedding of the false identities is necessary. And that happens through emotional storms. That happens through, life challenges. It is not to break you, but to break what is breaking you, because it's a hindrance to your growth, for your breakthrough. When you are able to navigate and anchor yourself in that higher vibration, that higher frequency, that begins to repair the cells. Your nervous system resets. I know, because I've been through it more than once. But in the beginning, that was like the grand reset. And oh my gosh, when I tell you, so many different conditions cleared up in my body. Like, whoa, not a drop of inflammation, no puffiness, no swelling, no nothing. The skin, I used to have, I have lupus. I used to have this like butterfly rash on my face. Redness, gone. Gone. I had to take pain medicine. I had severe chronic pain. I was like, what is this? Like, what is happening to me? Did they heal me? Gone. But it came back. How did it come back? Because I dropped in vibration in that frequency. Also, another thing, it is the shedding of false identities, false limiting beliefs. You know, the human mind plays a big role in this as well, and we have to learn how to process, knowledge and um, information through the heart center, right? Because the heart is pure. It is, and it's not filtered. It may be hurting. You might have some pain, but it is the mind that is attacked. All right, it's not the heart. The heart absorbs, it feels, but the mind is what is attacked. The mind is what is influenced. Okay, so we have to learn how to come through our heart, move through our heart process. When you experience something, you say, "Divine, me and my child, we saw something last night, or coming home from work, driving home from work, I saw something, and I need you to look or tell me what is it like, what is happening, what is this thing that appeared to me?" I don't need to look at your pictures and videos. Now, if you want me to share them, I was thinking about doing something like that down the road. Um, but I don't need to look to tell you what it is, if it's negative or if it's positive. What I want to say is this: when you see something, you experience something, stop. Don't go here with it. I don't want to know what you think you saw. You know how many people comment on my videos and my pictures and tell me what they think? And spirit got on me bad the other day and said, "You will not respond no more." One, you are lowering your vibration to respond. Two, you are taking the opinions of others who are still blind, still disconnected. They have not gone through what you've gone through, so stop it. You're being petty. So you do not, there's no need to go here. I want to know, how does it feel to you? This is your thinker. This is the investigator, your heart. And you got to know how to separate the two. Because there was a time when I was going in the beginning, I was having the encounters and they were gathering around outside my house. And I got the cameras and they were triggering the cameras and I'm looking at them. They don't match the ones I'm seeing in my house. So I was confused. And I was like, oh, snap. Here go to mine. These are different ones. So the negative ones are outside my house and the positive ones are coming in the house. This is what my mind told me. Couple nights there was some different celestials that popped in, and one of them I called him Jeepers Creepers, okay, because he had a eye right here, a big one, and so I was like, Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get that eye, you know, and but he really frightened me. Let's go back. What did I just say? Because he looked like the heart can't. My mind, my mind searched for an image that I could compare him to. My mind searched for information that I had been taught or that I read or whatever that I saw, what I heard, whatever. My mind, my mind, my mind. And then what did I feel? Anxiety, fear. So in the beginning, I never shut this down and just center myself in straight heart chakra. Let's see what it feels like. What am I feeling? Because you're going to feel it, baby. They are vibrational, energetic beings. Anything spirit, it's all pure energy. You're going to feel it. You don't need this. This is a tool. Put it in a toolbox until you need to bring that tool out. Okay? You can close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. You don't got to connect with it to where you're literally sending a cord to hook up to it, to create that cord, but it's in your energy field. You should be able to feel it, and make sure you are centered and grounded before you do this, because you need to move anything out that does not belong. Okay, no outside interference. If it does not take your peace, because when you go in, it should be peace. It should be stillness. If it does not take from it, it is not negative. It is not low vibration. Did you know you can do the same thing with people? animals, yes, anything that is that has a spirit, anything alive. Some say, well, what about the ones? Not everything has a spirit, a soul. True, but it still has energy to it. There's still a frequency there. There's still energy. It doesn't matter. Rocks. You could pick up a rock, a crystal, and feel the energy. Am I making this up, y'all? Come on now. If you don't believe me, go out there. Matter of fact, spirits say go out there and get you a handful of dirt. Get you a handful of dirt and see if you can't feel something from that dirt. So we can feel something from the dirt as simple as a rock. You think you can't feel from a person or from a spirit? A lot of people have these, they're walking around here with this sixth sense, and they think that they have a mental illness, and it's so sad. Because I did for years. I thought, I would hear what other people referred to me as. Everybody don't believe in seeing spirits. Everybody don't believe in that. So what's the next term for it? Schizophrenic. And I remember, when I was young, I was very aggressive in telling the doctors, the church, my mother, this is real. It's not my imagination. Okay, they're showing me things, and to prove to me that they're real. And whatever they say, I go and check it out, and it's there. I've been tested this. I tested this at the age of 7 and continued all the way up to 12. By then, I knew it was real, but I had the human people, just here, take this medicine here. We're going to shut it down. It's a chemical imbalance. There's so many people, and my heart breaks for you guys, that because I know what happens when that label begins to take root, and now there's a there's a split inside of you, and some of us, it takes over. You ain't even know 50-50, because with me it was 50-50. Half of me believe that no, I have this ability. The other half, maybe I'm crazy. There are people that don't have that, and it just took over, and they really believe that they're crazy. And my heart breaks for them, because it's horrible. That does not make their gift go away. It doesn't turn off the sixth sense. It's still there, but they don't know how to react to it. So they go deep into the minds, and then here come in this low vibration. So here come these low vibrational spirits, demons, and that's what they're talking to. Have you ever, seen people where they talk to themselves, and it almost sounds like it's a different person talking? That's that spirit speaking through them now. And a doctor will say that's schizo. That's schizophrenic right there. I know that's full body possession right there. Come on now. I'm a different type of preacher, teacher. I believe one day I'm going to have a church. It ain't going to be your traditional church. I came to bring the truth, the light. Do you hear what I'm saying? Jesus, when he went to town, and they said, no, that man crazy. And Jesus said, no, he's not. Bring him here. And he, talked to that man and cast out 100 demons into them pigs. I guarantee that man, they said he had schizophrenic. He was walking around town probably talking to himself. Okay? All them demons, in his mind, talking to him. They attack the mind. They attack the mind. That's what they do. That's why it's so important for you to return back to yourself, return back to source. Source is here. It's not out there. I know we've been taught to cry out to Most High God. Nobody wants to go in. It's dark in there. That's the unknown. We were taught that we were abomination. And people still come and say, oh, if you're a psychic, a medium, you're a false prophet. You're abomination. Who wrote that? And first, it's a lack of knowledge. They never wanted you to connect. That was the whole point of prosecuting Jesus. They never wanted us to know that the journey was inwards, that we are spiritual beings in a bodysuit, and we are forever. We are forever. And if we exist and we are spiritual beings, why is it so hard for the mind to comprehend that we are not alone? And you're like, oh yeah, God does exist in heaven. What do you think heaven is? It is a celestial realm. Like, what is this? Why is people so far out, man? At a young age, I understood it. And heaven consists of angels and creatures. And so when we started experiencing ETs, everybody's like, oh, that's not real. But then we got the book of Enoch. Like, come on, y'all, make it make sense. Like, I don't understand why people struggle with this. But Spirit said, because they're afraid of the unknown. And we were disabled so long ago. We were disconnected from ourselves. When you were enslaved and they started using weather, to disable our powers, you know what I mean? They start manipulating the system. When I say they, I'm not talking about the white man, y'all. I know a lot of y'all get stuck on that. I'm talking about these celestials that came here a long time ago. I think that's what took out the dinosaurs, that part. And I do believe we existed. We were here when the dinosaurs were here too. We were. Was it us? I don't think so, because I've seen y'all. When I tell you, come on through the gates, y'all. You're gonna be amazed. Some of y'all are, because I'm a writer and I can't wait for that time to come to make my books. Because y'all, some of the things that I've seen, it's gonna make a hell of a book. You heard me? But the things that you're gonna start to remember and see, it's so mind blowing. I saw so many different races here. We are not the only race that came to Earth. We're not. And we're not. And I know a lot of people want to say, well, from the beginning of time, those were our ancestors. That's why there's so many different species here. There's different races here. There's different tribes here. There's been many that have come to this planet. We are not the first, and we're not going to be the last, But anyways, I didn't mean to get so far off, you guys. It's like, learning English, and then I'm going to wrap it up and we're going to get to this video. Learning English, right? You're in your late 20s. That's all you know. That's the only language you know, English. And now you got to learn a new language. Do you know how hard that is? It's foreign. It's the, you going to struggle with just saying hello and goodbye. You might get 2 words down, maybe 1. If that, you know how hard that is. But it's not hard for everybody. There are some people, and I call them ascending masters. They're ascending this lifetime. I'm ascending. But they may catch on fast. It's 2 types. You got your fast learners, and then you got the ones they learned. They learned the information, but they ain't applied it yet. They ain't embodied it yet. They're just a book of wisdom. Then you have the teachers of experience. That's me. That's me. Because I did not learn it. I didn't know about mythology. I didn't know about Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology. I didn't know about none of that. I was like, who is Isis? I learned about Isis through a visitation. I was like, what is the pyramid in the eye? A pyramid, the tip of it went through my eye, the snake. And I started Googling. I said, who is Ra? I learned through experience. I've embodied it. And those who learn through experience, our journey is way much more challenging. It's longer. So we learn slower, but we are more powerful. We embody that frequency, that energy. We are the healers. We are the game changers. You hear what I'm saying? We are the ones that's going to tear down this old structure. You hear what I'm saying? Then you have, so we are the action one. We are the one that performs the miracles, the healing, then you got the ones that are fast learners and they can absorb, they can learn this stuff really fast. Those are the teachers. Those are teachers. That's all they are. They're teachers. Because I remember at some point asking, like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Like, what is this? And they begin to show me, you are going to activate people. You are going to leap people. Literally, you're going to escort them through their portals. You know, you're going to bring them into the gates, period. So that's action. I'm going to walk with you. Then you got the other one that's going to teach you, talk to you. I mean, don't get me wrong. We can get downloads, excuse me. People can learn from our journey, okay? For those who are being called to share, because everybody's not being called to share. And I think I want to touch on that real quick too before we go and jump into this long video. For those of you who are inspired, you may not be called to create a channel, and because I'm trying to tell you, this ain't for the weak, baby. And if you can't handle that backlash, it's not for the weak. And if you ain't integrated, did your shadow work, this could actually, this could be the cause of your fall. I've seen people, just drop, hit smack face, and then when they resurface, they were very isolated. There's a difference between solitude and isolation. Isolation is unhealthy. Solitude is that self-reflecting. It's that taking that time to rest and integrate and upgrade and reset. Isolation is where you've created walls. Okay, there's a difference. Those I remember when they were showing me, it's not about teaching about the light like how we've been taught. It's about demonstrating it. It's about being that light. You can stay, there's people out here that talk the talk but do not walk the walk. You understand? Well, 50% of the time, no, you ain't there yet. This should be everything. It doesn't mean you got to stop living life. You are living. What the hell? You is no longer sleepwalking. You are consciously aware of your thoughts now and your intentions. It doesn't stop nothing. If anything, you started, you began. So you have to, be careful of that. And I feel like there's people who are still not there yet, and they're trying to be a part of the collective and do all this stuff. And you are attracting people that's on that vibration. Be careful with that, because that's why they told me not to turn on the comments, because when I do go through my lows, I'm attracting. And my fear was out of control, my anxiety was ramping up, because baby, some of these, I didn't see giants, I didn't see a lot of things, y'all. And I was like, I'm still trying to make sense of this, and still like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening type, And so, and I'm sharing, and here comes the people that resonate with that energy, not what I was experiencing. There was some people that ain't never seen nothing that was there, but they resonated with fear. They resonated with anxiety. Your vibe, your signal of your heart, where you're at, is attracting your tribe. It attracts the people in your life. So when you are only 50% into it and you are still, trying to figure this thing out, remember that when you step out and you try to create a platform for yourself, and you are announcing in this world, you're going to attract. You're going to attract those that are on your level. Now, here's the thing about that. When you are down, do you want somebody that's down sit beside you too? So when you down, right? What kind of company are you keeping? Are you keeping another person that's just down on their luck too and can't get up? Or are you looking up here because you're trying to get back up? So you need to lift your head up and look up to someone that is higher than you that can help you get up. That part. So remember that. When y'all out here trying to create these pages and channels and podcasts and out here trying to do the ministry and all that and spread the word, if you are not standing firm and have your spirit family supporting you, remember that you are attracting. One last thing before we jump to this video, y'all. Healing can look like chaos. So don't get it confused. Don't get it. Don't get it confused. Well, she all over the place and she's steady sharing. Don't get it confused. My healing and my clearing and releasing for not being 100% dedicated to my ascension. Don't get it twisted. Because healing, true, authentic, cellular healing, and we talking about integration, hitting them chakras up. It's not a walk in the park. It can look like pure chaos to somebody outside that is not inside, that doesn't know what is. First off, the old structure is collapsing. Have you ever seen a tall building collapse, get knocked down? Is that beautiful? And not only that, that when the building collapsed, then you got the dust. Then you got all that dust and dirt that goes up in the air. And you gotta wait for it to settle. But when that dust settles, it's gone. They didn't cleared it out. Maybe it made their stages. Stages, spirits that slow down. Their stages. You see the whole structure's collapse. It's down. Oh yeah, she out. She ain't coming back around from this one. She down, y'all. Y'all, anybody heard from her? She ain't talking. She ain't posting nothing. She down. That's that season of solitude now. That's that season of solitude. And when you come back, the building is gone. There's fresh grass growing. Spirit said, piece by piece, brick by brick, you start to see a new structure building. And this is the part that I had to learn, allowing others in during that process. Please learn from me, y'all. Please learn from my mistakes. You know, you got the gold. You building with gold. You building with gold. Then you didn't let some people in, and they stand around. Wow, it's beautiful. Oh my God, where'd you get that material from? Can I help? Can I have a hand in this? You know, they getting close and personal, and you reaching, you know, for your liquid gold to set a new, put a new brick up, and somebody to hand you some plastic. Listen to me. Somebody to hand you they limiting belief, constricted, just brainwashed opinion, thought. And here you didn't put it on your brick and put it in there. And now you didn't build halfway up. But it ain't 100%. You got gold plated now. Come on, who am I talking to? Half your structure is gold plated. So what's going to happen? Not the foundation. The foundation was solid as a rock, solid as pure gold. But halfway up, it's gold plated. The divine in you. The storms that come is not to break you, but to break the thing that is breaking you. And to break all false illusions, to break all false identities, to break anything that is not part of that divine structure that is being built within you is coming down. And those people that handed you that fake gold, they out. They'll be exposed in that storm. They will be exposed. How you see them will be exposed. If you put them on a pedestal, all that will be exposed. So it is crucial when you are in your building phase. They ain't supposed to come in. They can watch through the window. They're speculators. Let them speculate outside. You don't need to hear their thoughts, their opinions. But I'm not turning my comments off. I won't do it. But Spirit said, I am not to respond anymore. I can like and heart. That's all I'm doing. Period. But yeah, this is what it is, you guys. So without further delay, do not get people feeling confused with them being unstable or, you know, in the surrendering process, you're surrendering. When I say, y'all, I'm stuck, I'm stagnant, I'm trying to surrender to the divine, surrender to my divine higher self, to surrender to the divine within me, to let go of the identity that the only one I've ever known. That's hard. It is a process. to, it's like letting go of the erasing the language, the only language you know, English. So you're learning a new language late in the game, and you have to make that first, that second language has to become your first language. Do you know that is work. It's not a walk in the park. There's going to be things that we're not going to understand right away, and I feel like when I share, and last night taught me something big. I have to be careful sharing, especially when something starts to happen. I begin to feel like they're pulling on me, or I'm feeling that connection. I need to end that recording right then and there, and deal with that. Okay. I don't, because I debated, did I even want to share this video? I don't want to sow fear. I don't want to sow anxiety. But I also want to be real, and I want to be authentic. And Spirit said, we're going to use you as an example. Okay. I hear you. I'm the role model. They're going to use me as a. Have you not been doing that? But anywho, oh my. But I gave y'all my thoughts, and I said, I'm going to give you an update. This could have came after the video. Nope. Because this video is raw, and it captures everything. Not just what popped in, what it captured, what I was experiencing. And I have not played it back. Oh, let me know in the comments if you guys heard. Now, some of it I do say, like, no, that was in the room. Like when you hear the sounds, when I was hearing them. So I was getting this magnetic pull, like something was pulling me in. And I was entering into this stillness, this peace. Y'all, it was such a deep relaxation. And every time I would get fully in there, whoa, like I started to fall. Like I was falling. And that's what that I didn't know where it was going to take me. I resisted. Excuse me, and I'm recording. And that's, y'all helped me. Because if I would not been recording, I would have probably let go. And but I did. They came, and that'll be a different video because I already talked too long. But I'll listen. Plus, I still need to take in and let it grow roots. What they talked to me about. Okay, so I had to learn to stop giving away everything as soon as I get it. But anyway, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. What am I doing? I gotta stop. And every time I would pull out, ooh, my head, y'all, that was horrible. It didn't feel right, y'all. It didn't feel right, and it kept happening. Every single one that I would connect to. I remember at one point I had closed my eyes and I opened it. It was that plasma looking one that was way up in the tree. It looked just like a head. You'll see it. You're gonna see it. And they started coming into the room, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And there was times like I heard so many different sounds, like wow, wow. But there were times where it was there. I heard it. It should be on the video. And then I could hear it here, like telepathically in my mind. But I do speak on that, so you'll know the difference. Like, well, I didn't hear anything. I separate. They arrived in the storm, and right now, oh man, it's so much, you guys. Almost got emotional thinking about it. There was a celestial gate that opened. I saw those lions. I did. We got celestials here. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't feel like they're negative. I feel like they came here to battle these negative ones because this is a divine time. Gaia is ascending. Chosen ones are being activated. Without further delay, if you made it and you didn't click off, I really appreciate you guys. That lets me know you're not just here to look at these beings, but you actually are, supporting me. You care about, what I got to say, and this means something, to you, and it means something to me. And I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate you. I really, really do. And for those of you who pray for me when I do go through my, the challenges of life and everything, and those of you who try to send something to me, Sandra, I think the couple that helped me, but Sandra, I just, I'm just gonna say your name, Sandra. You always got my damn back every single time. If I could shake heaven right now and pour you out a blessing, I would knock you out. I would shake it so hard to where you would just it would lay you flat on the ground. Your blessings is coming now. You sowing into good soil. You know it. And I know you do it from your heart. And that's the part that makes me just be so grateful. Anywho, love you guys. Let's get to this video. Peace.